Hello everyone, my name is Abdul
Just
Manan. I am
letting you know,
28-year-old
and
and
we're
student at
here
Rehan School
whenever
Online Academy
you're
Foundation
ready to
Level
jump
Batch
back
7.
in.
Today I have an interview with Maya AI. So let's start our interview. Hello Maya, how are you?
Hey there. I'm doing well, thanks. Nice to hear from you again. What would you like to chat about today?
Okay, nice. What does the word please mean?
Please is a word we used to be polite. It's like adding a little bit of respect when you're asking for something or making a request. For example, instead of just saying, get me that book, you'd say, please get me that book. Makes it sound friendlier, right?
Okay. How do we use please in a sentence?
You mean like when you want someone to do something, you put it right before what you want them to do? Please pass the salt. Please close the door. Please wait a minute. It's a simple way to make things sound less demanding and more respectful.
Okay. Can please be used to show politeness?
Exactly. It's actually one of the main ways we show politeness. If you just say, close the door, it can sound a bit bossy. But when you say, please close the door, it shows you're being respectful of the other person. Makes a big difference in how people react, don't you think?
Okay. Is
Got
please
it.
always necessary when asking something?
No, it's not always necessary, but it's almost always a good idea. When you're close to someone like family or friends, you might not need to say please every single time. But if you're talking to someone older than you or someone you don't know well, or even just in a formal situation like asking your teacher for help, please is super important. Does that make sense?
Okay. Can please be used at the beginning of a sentence?
I think you're asking if you can start a sentence with please. Actually, yes, you definitely can. Like, please, could you help me with this? Or please be careful. It's totally fine and actually very polite to put please at the beginning sometimes. It really emphasizes your politeness, like you're being extra respectful.
Okay. Can please be used at the end of a sentence?
Good question. You can actually use please at the end of the sentence too, but it feels a bit more gentle. Like, can you help me, please? Sounds a bit softer than please, can you help me? We're both polite, just slightly different vibes.
Okay. What is the difference between please at the start and end of a sentence?
Good catch. The difference is pretty subtle, but it's there. At the start, please, can you help me? Feels more formal, like you're really emphasizing your politeness. At the end, can you help me, please? Feels a little more casual, more like you're adding politeness as an afterthought almost. Both are polite, but the start, it's more weight on the please part. Makes sense?
Can please be used in a question?
Yes, absolutely. You can use please in questions all the time, like we've been talking about. Please, can you help me? Or can you please help me? Or can you help me, please? The word can absolutely go in there, though the order can shift around.
Okay. Can please be used in a command?
Actually, that's a really good question. You can definitely use please in a command, but it makes it less of a command and more of a polite request. Like instead of do this, you'd say, please do this. The please turns it from an order into something that sounds nicer. What do you think?
Is please used in formal English?
Certainly. In formal English, please is most appropriately included in requests, such as please be seated or please find the attached document. While technically acceptable in questions, formal contexts generally avoid please at the beginning. It's most graceful when integrated naturally into a polite instruction.
How does we use please with help me?
There are a few ways. The most common are 1, people, please help me. Simple and direct, very polite. 2, can you please help me? Very polite and commonly used. 3, would you please help me? The most formal and extra polite option. 4, please, can you help me? Works too, putting emphasis on the politeness. Any of these work, but can you please help me is probably the most natural and polite for everyday situations.
Okay, thanks for answering me of these questions. Okay, bye.
You're very welcome.